common mistakes that people made in their past relationships that they don't want you to do. In today's session, I'm going to share with you the wisdom of my subscribers. And let me tell you, this is great because many of us made many mistakes in our past relationships that we don't want to make again. And I made a post about one mistake you made in your past relationship that you don't want others to make in their own relationship. And people just share their wisdom. I'm going to share this with you as well and give my 2 cents on each and every one of them. But this is really good, and I gotta say, thank you so much, you guys, for sharing your wisdom because people need that. People need that, especially in these times. We are here to help each other. I'm Coach Paz Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach, and let's get this started. I'm just going to give my dog the bully stick so you can chew on it, and let's start. Now, Becca Nerd 2267 says, to be a shell of yourself in fear of losing the other person. This is a huge mistake, to be a shell of yourself in fear of losing the other person. And this is where people get into their people pleasing mentality, getting into, if they're people pleasers, this is where they completely abandon themselves and they become a shell of themselves. And after the breakup, it's so much harder because if you don't keep a very strong sense of self while you're in the relationship, when you lose the relationship, this is where you feel like you lost the relationship because you actually lost a part of yourself. So make sure, you guys, that in your next relationship, stay strong, stay grounded, stay in your lane, do what you love to do, be be who you are. Don't change for the other person, because if you change for the other person, you're not being authentic. And I always say, I rather people hate me for who I am than love me for who I am not. So be who you are, and the people, your people, will love you for who you are. People that will not love you for who you are, you don't need their love. Carla says, to think that you can heal a person right after they left toxic relationship. That's my first mistake. You have to think you can heal a person right after they left a toxic relationship. You got to understand, when a person after a relationship and they tell you that they left a toxic relationship or they're still healing or need to work on themselves, give them time before you get into a relationship with them. You can get to know them, but not being romantically involved with them. Like, think about it like a, I don't know, like a player, let's say soccer player. When they're injured, they cannot play until they're healed. So it's kind of like the same. If the person is not healed yet, they cannot be in, quote unquote, in the game. They cannot be a good partner because they're still healing. Let them heal. You can be in the vicinity, but don't be romantically involved with them, because they will bleed all over you. They will bleed all over you and they will give you shit that you didn't create. So, and by the way, it goes to you too. Don't start dating if you're still healing. And I told you this many times, you can heal around 80% by yourself. This is what I'm helping you do. Heal 80% with my program or with my coaching or even on this channel. So you heal 80% by yourself. Then the other 15% you will heal in a relationship, but it doesn't mean that you bring toxicity or a lot of shit. It means that you healed enough that to you're ready to get into a new relationship. And the other 5%, you will stay fucked forever. This is just what it is. 5%, there will be always things that you need to improve, change. I wouldn't say change, I would just say improve. You just keep improving. Now, Chaos goes down something. Okay. Says, if she starts making travel plans without you, that's game over. It depends, but I see where you're going with this. If your partner makes travel plans without you, of course it depends. You know what? Because if this is their business, it's different. But if they make travel plans without you, that's definitely, I would say, I don't know if it's a game over, but it's a huge, massive red flag. Massive red flag. Definitely pay attention to that, because your partner would like to do almost everything with you. If they plan every now and then, can be okay, but you need to be socially calibrated enough to know when it's a red flag, when it feels like if the relationship, let's say if the relationship is not going really well, and then they plan a trip alone, oh fuck no. But if everything is good and there is a good communication and it's healthy and they travel alone, that is okay. You just need to be socially calibrated enough to know when it's a red flag and when it's a green flag. Let's see. Sherry Ginsburg says, not being a priority in the relationship, I put him first and he put himself first. Ooh, you put him first and he put himself first. That's a big one. He put even he even put himself above our children. They are a priority when it's convenient for him. We also weren't partners. Okay, I took care of the kids, house, and everything else while he ran his business and show up when he wanted. Yeah, this is not a balanced, definitely not a balanced relationship. You need to have a balanced relationship, and it's give and take. It's both of you give, I would say. And when you go into a relationship because you have a lot to give, it's different. When you get into a relationship because you need to take, that's different. And probably this man, he had a lot to take and he just took everything that you allowed him to take. This is where personal accountability comes into play, where you say, no, I am not allowing that. If you see that this person puts himself first, you don't put him first, you put you first. Everything, you got to realize you are the most important thing. You got to put yourself first, be above everything, because if you don't put yourself first and you're not selfish, you don't have anything to give. Selfishness is actually a virtue, and I'm a very selfish person. But when it comes time for me to pour into my partner or other people, I have a lot to give because I pour it in myself. So you gotta first of all take care of yourself and then take care of other people. It's kind of like the thing that goes in the airplane when there is a turbulence. When the mask drops, you need to put the mask on yourself and then on the kids or people around you, because you cannot help other people if you don't help yourself first, if you're not doing well. Okay, Jenny, to trust his assurance that he would choose me because I set the bar so high that no woman his mother picked could ever compare. He didn't last. Yeah, that's trust his assurance. Yeah, I can understand that. But again, you need to be socially calibrated enough and strong enough to know when you can trust or when not. And I would say that if you cannot trust your partner, just don't be in the relationship. No, I will not read the names because the names on, on YouTube are very weird sometimes, and it's not like a particular name. But anyways, the next comment is thinking that they had a capacity and willingness to change even the most basic things and wasting time in hope. Yes, this is why I'm telling you all the time. Don't fall in love with hope. Never fall in love with hope, with the hope that they will change, with their potential. What you see, it's what you get. And I made a video about this a few days ago. Check my channel if you want to watch this video. Don't fall in love with hope, with their potential, because what you see is what you get. How you say things can be just as, if not more important than what you said. Yes, if she doesn't feel safe to be honest, then you gotta look at how you're showing up. That is true. Personal accountability, I like it. Next comment, stop wondering the what if. Yeah, again, this is when it comes again to the potential. You don't want to fall in love with their potential. He goes on to say it's not the true person they are, only the illusion of what you want them to be. So correct. They don't have the capacity to be this version of themselves. If they had it, they would do it. So true, brother. Don't stay in dying relationships for too long in the hope that things gonna get better when there is no work or sign that they are not willing to work for it. If you are the only one who do the any work or effort, get get out of it. You deserve better. Yeah. And I would say, if you are seeing like, it needs to be minor adjustments. Your partner and you need to work on yourselves. Minor adjustments. It's not like massive work. That's the thing. This is why you need to be healed enough, and not, you don't need like, if there is massive work that needs to be done, it's too much. I would say just exit. If it's minor adjustments, that's okay. Next one. Don't try to hide your concerns with the other person's behavior or problems in the relationship. Bring them up with your partner in a healthy way. Again, yes, I agree, but if it needs to be minor adjustments, not major things. And from the comment, don't hide your concerns of the other person's behavior or problems. Yeah, it might be, yeah, I would agree with that. Next one. I'm going to cheat here, but one. Okay, because you do more than one. One. Never do a long distance unless if it's for a short, determined period of time. Oh, I would agree. Yeah. My relationship with Denise, the love of my life, started long distance because I live in Tulum. She lived in Philly. And we were long distance for a very short period of time where we said, okay, it was like, I think, a month or two. And she moved in with me. Now she's moving in with me. She didn't move in yet, but she started moving in her stuff here. But yeah, she's moving in with me. And I would agree, long distance don't work if it's not for a determined period of time. Love that comment. Love this. It's really, really good. Second, always take the time to think before you speak when you're angry. Words will become the death by thousand cuts for your partner. Phew, so true. Wow, that's a really good advice. I love it. And yeah, don't ever speak out of anger. You need to have strong emotional center, and never curse, never use profanity to your partner. Remember, you kiss them with a smile. And if you are using profanity or shouting or whatever, your partner will remember that. They will remember that for next time you make love, and you will remember that as well. So make sure that you are calm and centered. And this is where you do the work on yourself. So you need to work on yourself, that when comes the time, you're centered and you're good enough. And this is what you see, it's what you get. So be what you want to get. Be calm and centered, and believe me, your partner will be as well. Next one. If you're out, you roll together. If you can be gone for more than 10 minutes without her checking where you are, she's in isn't the one for you, bro. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because I say to also to Denise, I tell her, I don't trust other people. I trust you. That's it. I don't need to trust other people. I trust her. I know that no one can take her from me. She can be alone in a whatever. I trust her fully and completely. So it's not about you trusting other people, it's about you trusting your partner. And I love this comment. It's very wise advice. Next one, and last but not least, moving on to a new relationship but still chatting to your ex. Too much baggage and too much chaos ensued. Oh yeah. When you move on, you move on. This is why, when, even if you want to be friends with your ex, or you left the relationship on good terms and it wasn't cheating or something like that, an ex is an ex is an ex for a reason. So just make sure that you cut the ties, because energetically you need to bring it your all to your new relationship, and it's unfair to your partner. So really good advices, you guys. If you have more, put them in the comments below, and maybe I will make another video with more comments, with more wisdom that you guys shared. So thank you so much for your wisdom, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in the next one.